So Acadec is, I like to think of it as a storehouse for treasures of knowledge. You get to share that with kindred spirits, and you get to bond over that love of knowledge and that love of uncovering truth. A lot of people think Acadec is just a lot of work, but in reality it's a lot of interactive lessons and working with your peers to find out what you want to find out about the subject.
Essentially it's a class, a club, and a competition. So in the class and the club, we essentially study all year for the city, regional, and state competitions, in which we compete in 10 different subject areas, both as a team and individually.
The class is like a student council. There's actually no specific way of doing it. So it's up to you to figure out how to do that. I've talked to previous coaches. I've talked to one of our top coaches in the state and seen what he does. We focus on specific topics. We generally have a plan. We start with a couple of topics at the beginning of the year and throwing in things such as learning your speeches, learning how to interview, reading the novel, because there's a specific novel every year, and then lots of short readings. So the focus depends upon you, and also depends upon your students. If many of my students work outside of class, they will come in after school, or this year they often do their individual studying at the library. So the preparation all depends on what your philosophy is. We tend to try to start with a couple of the tougher subjects and get that under our wing, and then just keep reviewing it throughout the year.
It is a lot of work. I'm not going to say that it's like easy. However, I think that the work is completely and utterly worth it. I think that ACDEC has absolutely been my favorite class throughout high school. It's just been a very comfortable and safe place for me throughout high school, and something that has really fostered growth and learning in me. It's introduced me to some of my favorite people, and it's not just testing. We have a lot of fun in this class. It's more than just like, okay, fill in some bubble sheets.
Academic Decathlon has really helped me understand how to sit down and really not procrastinate as much and get my work done and sit down in the library and read for 4 hours straight to really understand the material, not just sit there and read it, but to absorb it, take notes, and really use that into account into my daily basis in classes. It has definitely helped my grades improve so much in the past year.
It's really interesting because it's a lot of studying, but it's also a lot of getting to know people on your team and having that dynamic, and also just learning how to give a speech and do an interview and all of those lifelong skills that you need to have.
Around the state, you can go to scrimmages, and because we're way out here in Yuma, we've always had a city scrimmage, which we use the 5 public schools. We all take turns hosting each year. So you start at that level, that's where all your kids can compete. So I have my entire team, even when kids know that they don't have a goal of making my final competing team of 9 or 8. They do that. Then we have regionals, which is usually late January, early February. Then if you qualify, depending on the year, usually it's the top 40 teams. Last year it was top 25, and this year's top 30 teams go on to state competition in March. The end goal depends on the student. Some kids take this just for a challenge. Sometimes you get kids who want to take it because it's a weighted grade. I have a very small team, so virtually all of my kids want to make the competing team, and they want to represent Cibola, because the bottom line is the class is a competition. It's academic competition, and we compete against other schools.
Here we care a lot about results. We work hard when it's time to work hard, and the fun comes when we win. So we collaborate. We understand that we're here with our friends and that it is fun, but we have a purpose and we work towards a purpose, and that's what we do every year. One of the misconceptions about Acadec, in my opinion, is that you don't instantly become smart when you join. You have to put in the effort. The opportunities that Acadec can and will present you with, they don't come to you, you pursue them.